Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and we got a packed house tonight. We're talking about growing up or not growing up. Are adults getting too childish? Who better to talk about this are people that are into all of the nerdy things than our actor and cosplayer friend Charles Nelson and owner of Nerdtropolis, Sean Tajipour. Thanks for being here. All right, do you guys feel like we're not growing up?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say that we're just enjoying our time while we're growing up, because I feel that a couple decades ago, once you hit a certain age of like 30 or 40, it's the national opinion of feeling like, oh no, I'm old, so I can't do anything fun anymore, because, you know, trying to hold on to an image.
Right.
But I feel like for our generation, we're so surrounded by pop culture more than ever nowadays, and I feel with all this pop culture stuff that we're seeing, it keeps us inspired to hold on to that childlike innocence that we're so attached to, so that way it kind of keeps us humble as we keep going through life, and it reminds us that, hey, life might get hectic here or there, but still make time to have fun. So we're growing up, but we're aging gracefully. That's how I say it.
I love it. I love it. Having a good time growing up,
Yes,
right?
exactly. It's how it should be.
And what do you think, Sean?
I say never grow up. Just embrace it all and try to stay as young as possible. If you're going to look old, you're going to look old, but feel young in the inside.
Yeah, I feel like it helps, right?
Yes.
I mean, I became an anime fan in college. Like, I was like watching Naruto as it was coming out from Japan and, you know, doing the pirated thing. Don't tell anyone.
But what were you watching, though? That's the good question, right?
I was watching Naruto off the top. That was my gateway. I didn't ever watch Dragon Ball Z. But, like, I don't send out Christmas cards. I send out New Year's cards. We dressed up as the Akatsuki clan, and it was fun. But, like, my parents were like, what the hell is this? Like, why are you dressing up? But how do you defend that? How do you tell the older generations, like, it's not that we're not grown up and we have responsibilities and aren't taking responsibilities, we're just having a good time.
Right, right. And I feel that is, like, when you said you were dressing up, it's normally called cosplay.
Yeah.
And now with cosplay being so international nowadays, it's everywhere.
Yeah, there's a con for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for everything. Like, there are anime cons, there's Power Ranger cons, there's Marvel cons, there's superhero cons, like, everywhere. Anything of pop culture, you name it, it's there.
There's a convention.
And I feel that gives us an excuse to dress up like that. So if the older generation doesn't get it, I think the best answer to tell them would be, hey, why don't you guys come out and see it for yourself? And then eventually they'll have fun with it, and they'll be like, I want to do this too. This is fun.
Right.
It's like going to Candyland.
Absolutely. What are you saying? What do you recommend people?
Yeah, you got to just bring them out. If they're going to say, oh, I don't know about this, bring them out. That power of nostalgia just goes straight to their brain. And then they're just going to feel what you feel. You can take your parents, take whoever, older generation, and they're really going to enjoy it. I think they're just hiding it closely inside. You
don't need a cosplay.
No,
you don't need to like go in character or anything. Just going and seeing and being in the environment of people who enjoy what they call nerdy things, which I fully embrace being a nerd. I think it's good just for your well-being overall.
Right, right.
The happier you are. There's nothing wrong with being a child. Obviously, the ignorance isn't good.
No,
not paying your bills isn't good. But like if you're doing all these things, you're working, like it's fine.
Yeah, it's just a good way to blow off some steam.
You can start adulting and do all that stuff, but you got to live life a little bit, and you don't want to let go of what you enjoyed. If you really enjoyed it, just keep it around. Nothing wrong with that.
Did you guys see, I think it was on Cartoon Network's 30-year anniversary when people like flipped out? They tweeted out, y'all, we're not dead, we're just turning 30. Because people were losing their minds.
Yeah, yeah, I
mean,
saw
and it wasn't children, it was people of our age saying like, oh my God, Cartoon Network's leaving, what's happening?
Right.
My youth is gone.
Right.
Do you think that's part of it? Like, are we holding on because we want to remain young?
I guess you could say you're right. Yeah, we generally still want to feel young. We want to go back to that memory of where we were when we were 7 or 8 years old watching Cartoon Network on Thursday nights, Friday nights. So it's just holding on to that special memory in there.
And I think the 30th anniversary was just bad timing with the whole shakeup over there at Warner's.
Yeah.
That too.
But a lot of shows have their 30th anniversary and releasing things. I know they were like Ed, Ed and Eddie was getting a re-release on Blu-ray or DVD, and then what was it, Foster's Home. So there's a lot of stuff that's getting released, Cowardly Dog, like all that stuff is coming back this year. I think it was just bad timing and people just freaking out, but they said they're here to stay, so I'm excited because the day I found out Cartoon Network existed changed my life.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I remember, I don't know how old I was, but I was with my mom and we were just staying up watching TV and scrolling through the channels, and I never knew it existed. I was like, it's like, I think it was close to midnight. I was like, there's cartoons on this late at night. What is this channel?
Yeah.
And so realizing they play 24/7 cartoons blew my mind.
Absolutely. And I see that you got the Cartoon Network theme kind of going
That is true.
with
That
the
is very-
outfit. Did
That
you
is
know we
very
were talking about it? So what can we teach like future generations, right? Like we don't want to be like the older generations bashing people and naming it Peter Pan syndrome. Like we want them to embrace this, right? I mean, at least I do. It
Right.
seems like y'all do too.
Same.
How do you teach that going, or not judge basically?
I think that's something you can't necessarily teach anyone. It's just something that people decide to hold on to. So like with us, we held on to the things that that cherished our childhood memories, especially now with all the nostalgia stuff that's making a huge comeback nowadays.
Hello. I mean, McDonald's with their adult Happy Meals.
Right, that blew me away. When they said
Yeah.
adult Happy Meals, I thought, okay, there's no way they're coming out with that. And when they did, I'm like, I kind of want to go back to McDonald's
Bro,
now
you know
just
how
to
many,
have
You
it.
know how many McDonald's I visited to get these?
You just got to follow your heart, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you want to dive into your nerdy stuff or what you really love, do it. I embraced like the nerdy side of things maybe 3-4 years ago, and that just made me create Nerdtropolis because I was like, I really want to embrace this. And then I just did it as, as a hobby and stuff like that, but now it's like a full-time thing to me, where now I'm just doing movie reviews and really fun pop culture stuff. And the doors open wide because I embrace that side. You just never know where it's going to take you. You create a family, you create friends, you create opportunities for yourself. Just whatever you're really into, just go all in, and it'll just lead you somewhere really fun, and a journey will go up and down, but you'll be happy at the end.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily work anymore. You're having fun for the rest of your life, right? If you're pursuing it,
Right.
in whatever form or fashion, whether it's your career or just,
Right.
going to cons, or your career as well, right? As
Yes.
an actor or cosplayer.
Yes, yes. And like he said, with embracing the nerdy side of pop culture, it was the same for me because when I went to my first convention back in 2013, I had no idea that existed. So like how you said with Cartoon Network, you first discovered it, you didn't know what it was, and then once you found it, you got hooked on it, right? It's the same thing with cosplay for me. When I went to OniCon in 2013 in Galveston, Texas, cheap plug, when I went there and when I saw a Spider-Man in front of me for the first time, my inner child just lost it. And then I seen all these popular characters come to life, and I'm thinking like, wow, grown adults can do this, and it's not Halloween? Like, we can actually do this year round?
This
we
is allowed?
Like, this is, like, are we actually allowed to do this? This is a secret thing. But it's great. It's great. And because of that, you get to expand with so many different opportunities. You can start with acting. You can be cosplay content creator. You can do so many things just by enjoying nerdy stuff with other people. And like you said, you create family, friends, opportunities for yourself. So it transcends to anything that you want to do with your life, and it gives you options.
And gives you camaraderie, right? It gives you
Absolutely.
friendship and
Your life
yeah.
is going to change once you really embrace what you really love.
Yeah.
Your whole life changes. Instead of doing the same thing every day and just not really wanting to do what you really love, you're missing out. So just do what you want.
But see, some people would call this like us clinging to the adolescence, and we saw this very interesting TikTok that has us thinking about whether the government is in play. Let's actually take a look.
Did you know the concept of adolescence was invented in order to create a childlike compliance in adults? In the early 19th century, the Prussian army decided that if they could slow the transition from childhood to adulthood by impeding social, emotional, and intellectual development, they could create a childlike compliance in adults for the rest of their lives. And the crazy part is that that same philosophy was adopted in the United States in order to create obedient factory workers. The question in my mind is our obsession with youth and adolescence, was that put there intentionally to make us more compliant?
Obviously, I haven't verified this, right? But it's a very interesting take. I think for me, though, I feel like we're doing the opposite, right? Instead of being controlled, we're like, I'm actually going to this because I freaking want to.
Right, right.
But
They're listening to consumers. They're listening. They know what we want. They know how powerful nostalgia is. That's when we keep going back to nostalgia. It's a really strong, like, natural drug. It's super exciting to have that feeling.
yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not. And it's nostalgia. It's there, and it's money making, apparently, for what you see.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I spent the money. I spent the money.
And that's
Right.
just one aspect of nostalgia from the companies McDonald's. There's
Right.
tons of companies
Everywhere.
capitalize on that. I mean, in Disney with their Star Wars rides and everything like that, super fun to do. People are going back multiple times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't end. And then they'll reinvent it over and over and over again.
Right. It's just the wheel keeps on spinning no matter how old you get. It's just going to keep reinventing itself.
There is a squeaky wheel over at the bar, folks. we've got Rashawn from Ducky McShweeney. We're gonna keep the fun going.
You're watching the Nightcap, so stay right there.
Missed out on the Nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we gotta keep the conversation flowing.
So this one is not gonna hurt as much as this one.
Watch the Nightcap at 11:30 on Fox 26 and anytime on Fox Soul. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar with my guy, Rashawn.
How we doing?
Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a manager at Ducky McShweeney's Pub here in the Galleria area of Houston. You're here to back that glass up, baby! All right, so you're actually making an old fashioned, which is my favorite, with Garrison Brothers. So walk me through, what is this?
So this is going to be from Texas with Love. It's one of our popular our signature cocktails at Ducky's McShweeney's.
Okay.
Reason why we chose Garrison Brothers because in the Galleria area, it's a lot of people traveling in that area, so we just want to make sure that we're supporting Texas bourbon. So that's why we chose Garrison Brothers.
Awesome.
We have two different ways that we actually, we serve our old fashioned. We have a 3-month aged barrel, and we also bottle it up. So then that way people can take it home.
Hold on. Do you barrel it up at Ducky McShweeney's?
Yes, we do.
Oh, so Garrison Brothers isn't sending you this barrel?
No, we actually
doing it.
We make the old fashioned in house, and then we age it for 3 months and barrel, and we'll put it into the bottle so that way you can take it home. You don't have to make old fashions at home.
Oh, so in the barrel you've got the bitters, you've got the everything.
It's a complete old fashioned.
Okay, I need that. Well, you're making me something else, but I like that. I'm gonna have to come and
I mean,
get
it's
that.
a great gift. It's
Absolutely.
a great gift you can give, especially Christmas coming around.
We're gonna have to put that on the bar. All right, make me the one that's.
So Texas with Love. We'll go ahead.
Texas with Love.
With Love. You gotta throw some love into it, right?
Yes, sir.
2 ounces of the Garrison Brother bourbon.
And it's got honey in it?
Yes.
This is
brown sugar and simple syrup. And we make that in house. And I do 2 dashes of orange bitters.
Orange bitters.
And then 1 dash of regular bitters.
Easy peasy.
And you stir that up. Normally, you stir. It's supposed to be 20 times.
20 times?
Supposed to stir for 20 stirs. There we go.
Oh, yes. Yes. Beautiful.
Now we gotta make sure that we get the orange.
Okay, I thought that was a big lemon.
See, everybody does.
Okay,
everybody
that
does.
is nice. Get that essence on the rim.
There you go.
All right. Bada bean for the garnish. Oh, you're adding a little something. Oh,
gotta have that cherry.
Gotta have the cherry.
Gotta have the cherry. It's not old fashioned without it.
All right, can I?
And cheers.
Cheers, let's try it. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yes. Okay, well, you guys are actually doing something very special, right, with these ducks. Because rubber duckies aren't just for children. You know, they're for grown adults helping out children. You'll see what I'm talking about coming up next. Join me on the couch.
Missed out on the Nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
So this one is not gonna hurt as much as this one.
Watch the Nightcap at 11:30 on Fox 26 and anytime on Fox Soul. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We're talking about growing up, not growing up, giving back, and rubber duckies. So actually here to talk about it is General Manager of Ducky McShweeney's Pub and Aaron McMillan with AFA, the charity that the pub is helping, right? So what is this duck race?
So this is our 4th annual rubber duck race on Buffalo Bayou. It is called AFA's Bayou City Duck Race, and on Saturday, November 5th, we will launch 7,000 ducks for sure into the bayou, and hopefully more. The max will be 10,000, and they race to the finish line. So we dump them off a bridge at Allen's Landing Park in downtown. The ducks, depending on the current, move quickly or not so quickly, but we get them all out of the bayou, so that's something important to note because people get very upset when they think we're polluting the bayou. But we get them all out, and the first 10 ducks to cross the finish line get prizes. The top prize is $2,500.
Ooh.
And then we have other prizes like a private wine class with Total Wine.
Oh yeah.
Raising Cane's Chicken for a year.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Performing
that cane
arts
sauce
tickets,
is so good.
restaurant gift cards.
Great prizes.
Like yeah,
and it sounds like a great show. Like seeing this go down a bayou. Like, come on.
Yes.
10,000 of them?
It's
like, that sounds outrageous.
Yeah, it's a trip to watch them get launched over the bridge and then float. And we have a funnel kind of created with some booms, and they all go into a trap. And that's how we pull them out.
Okay, so what is AFA? Who is this benefit?
Yeah, so AFA is Houston's largest music education nonprofit. It was started 30 years ago by a Houston composer, Todd Frazier, and it initially started with a summer music festival that was only 43 kids. Now we serve over 2,700 kids every year. We still do the summer music festival. Now it has usually about 400 students. And those are instrumentalists, vocalists, composers from grades 3 through 12 from across the city.
Wow.
And we have that program at Kinder HSPVA downtown, which is an awesome facility. And then we do our own in-house programs. We have a chamber music academy and a composition studies program. And then we're also in schools all across Houston, different school districts where we're doing free programming to schools that don't have access to a full fine arts department.
Awesome. And you've been doing this for 4 years, but this is the first year that Ducky McShweeney's is actually joining. And it seems like it's a perfect synergy between y'all, right?
It seemed to be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Because you guys already do a mimosa with the rubber ducky in it.
With the ducky inside, we do. We do.
I mean, is that just owning the name? Was this already part of the race thing? Like, how does this work out so perfectly?
I think the duck race found us.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, we work with some guys that help us do the logistics, and they know of duckies, and they were like, we got to get y'all together. This
Somehow,
is the perfect mix for you guys.
But like to take Ducky McShweeney and actually put rubber duckies in your drinks, that's a way to own the name, right?
Absolutely.
Is it a signature thing for you guys during brunch?
Oh yeah, so we've got this great setup where we have mimosas and little ducks that actually float in the mimosas, so.
I mean, it's awesome. And are you gonna throw some of those into the bayou as well?
Absolutely.
Because the pub, I think you guys got how many? 5,000 duckies?
Yeah, so we're gonna do 5,000 ducks for the race. So we're at 3,100 right now, and we just need everybody's help to get to 5,000.
Okay, so how does this work? If I want to get involved, get a ducky, because, you know, who doesn't love duckies?
Right.
And who doesn't like helping kids?
Right.
Especially with music. I'm a music head, so it works. How do I get involved?
So there is a website. It is bayoucityduckrace.org, and you can go to the website and adopt ducks for $5 each. If you want to go through the Duckies team, there's a Teams tab, and you can click, and you'll see the Ducky McShweeney's logo that combines the AFA logos that they created just for the duck race.
Wow.
And their goal is 5,000. They are, as Adam said, well on their way, which is great. And then we're also just continuing to sell ducks on our own with the hope that we can just keep increasing. Last year we did 5,000, and we just want to keep growing that number and the number of people that come to the event. It's a free, family-friendly event, but you don't have to be present to win. So,
but you better go.
Oh, it's fun to come.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. I mean, it's not just for the kids, it's definitely for the adults.
And we have stuff for the kids, face painting and giant Jenga and things like that. And then our students will be performing that morning as well.
That's perfect.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And they can start the morning at Ducky McShweeney's or go there afterwards.
Right.
Oh, I love it. All right, okay, well, we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Nightcap. Don't go anywhere.
I'm going to steal Rashawn's joke because he's been quacking me up this whole time. All right. I mean, one of the great things, I mean, we want to stay childlike, but one of the great things about being a grown-up is what? We can drink. At least legally, right?
Right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And you can drink October 29th at 9:30 a.m. at Ducky McShweeney's doing what?
9:30 a.m. we're doing a tagging, and if you come in and do the barcode, you get a free mimosa on us.
Hello.
Complimentary mimosa on us, and
some bites too.
And
I
some
heard.
bites as well.
Oh yes. So yes, you get to do a fun thing.
Yes.
With your rubber ducky for charity, which right, and then you go see the race, and you get some free mimosas with the rubber duckies. It's a win-win-win-win-win.
It is.
Right?
All the way.
Absolutely.
We're grown-ups having fun. That's what we want to do. All right. Well, I hope you're having fun with us every weeknight here on Fox 26's The Nightcap, which I host. I don't know why I'm saying all that, because I'm quacking up, apparently. You can also check us out on Fox Soul. Cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
Rubber duckies.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
So this one is not going to hurt as much as this one.
Watch The Nightcap at 11:30 on Fox 26 and anytime on Fox Soul.